Good morning, class. Welcome once again in my geography class. In previous class, we have studied about topographical maps, use of colors, signs and symbol used on topographical maps, and we have also studied about settlements. Today, I am going to teach you scale and distance, which is the second chapter given in your book. Scale and distance. A map represents a portion of the Earth's surface. It has several elements such as a title, north line, scale and key that help us to read and understand it easily. So students, as you can see, this is the scale of the map, this is the title of the map and north scale, and this is the key of the map. Map scale. A scale is the ratio of distance between two places on a map to the actual distance between the same two places on the ground. Map scales are represented in three different ways. So, the first way to represent the map scale is verbal or statement scale. In this method, the scale is stated in words. The units are usually mentioned in this type of scale. For example, 1 centimeter is equal to 5 kilometer or 1 centimeter to 5 kilometer. It means that 1 centimeter on the map is equal to 5 kilometer on the ground. These are just statements indicating what a particular distance on the map would represent on the ground. Second way to represent the map scale is graphical or linear scale. This consists of a straight line. You can say this is a straight line which is divided into lengths that represent given distance on the Earth's surface. It is usually drawn near the lower portion of the map. A linear scale or graphic scale visually expresses the scale of the map. It consists of a horizontal line divided into equal sections. You can say this is divided into equal sections. Each sections represent a certain fixed distance on the ground. For example, in the scale given below, each division on the scale is 2 centimeter. You can say each division is divided into 2 centimeter and it represents 1 kilometer on the ground. A graphic scale has two parts. The part to the right of the zero is called the primary scale. The part of the zero is the primary of the scale. It shows the full unit measure. For example, it can be a kilometer or miles. The part to the left of the zero is called the extension scale. This part is called the extension of the scale. It is divided into tenth of the unit of measure and is used for measuring smaller distance. Graphic scales are usually placed at the bottom of the map. One of the main advantages of the graphic scale is that it remains true even if the map is enlarged or reduced. Third way to represent the map scale is representative fraction or RF. This is a numerical scale that gives the ratio of distance between two places on the map and the distance between the same places on the ground. For example, 1 is to 50,000. This means 1 unit, it can be centimeter, inch, yard, etc. on the map would be equal to 50,000 units. Means 1 centimeter unit on map is 50,000 units on the same distance on the ground. The ratio is also given as a fraction such as 1 upon 50,000 with the numerator representing 1 unit on the map and the denominator representing 50,000 units on the ground. You calculate the ground distance between 2 points by measuring the distance between the same 2 points on the map and by multiplying the map distance by the denominator of the RF. For example, if the distance between 2 points A and B on the map is 5 cm and if the scale is 1:50,000 or the RF is 1/50,000, then the distance between the 2 points A and B on the ground would be 5 into 50,000 centimeter is equal to 250,000 centimeters. So 5 centimeter on the map would be 250,000 centimeter or 2.5 kilometer on the ground. So students, there are 3 different ways to represent the map scale is first verbal or statement scale, second graphical or linear scale, and third is representative fraction or RF. Measuring distances. To understand maps correctly, it is important to learn how to accurately measure distance on them. This can be done in different ways. First way is measuring distances along a straight line. The distance between any 2 points on a map can be measured using a ruler. Thereafter, using the scale of the map, the actual distance can be calculated. Second way to measure distance is measuring distances along curved lines. Distances along a curved lines are measured by either the divider method or twine method. These methods are useful in measuring lengths of river, railway lines, curved roads, etc. In the divider method, a divider whose pointed ends are 1 or 2 cm apart is used, beginning at one end of the feature to be measured. The divider is turned continuously till the other end is reached. The number of turns is counted and then using the scale of the map, the actual distance on the ground is calculated. Distance can also be measured most accurately with the help of a piece of string or twine. Measuring distances of curved routes such as those along railway tracks, roads, car tracks, river routes and canals is easily done with a piece of string or twine, since it can be shaped to follow the curves and bends in the route. Take the piece of the twine. This is a piece of the twine. Make a knot at one end and place the knotted end on the starting point of the distance to be measured. Now move the twine along the object to be measured by slowly placing the twine bit by bit along the route, following each bend or curve as closely as possible. When you reach the end of the route, you are measuring, mark that end with ink. Now place the twine on the scale with the knotted end and 0 and see how far the ink marked end reaches on the scale. Measure the length and convert into kilometers. If the distance to be measured is longer than the printed scale on the map, place the twine on the ruler in the same way. Calculate the number of centimeters it covers and convert that into kilometers. I hope all of you learned what was taught today. Do revise and learn. Thank you.